Police officers don't shoot people in the leg are in no particular order. First reason, leg shots can just as easily kill you. There's all sorts of veins, all sorts of arteries, all sorts of squishy little tidbits in the legs that'll kill you if something hits it. My friend Colt, who is a firefighter / EMT, explains this a little bit better than I can. He sent me a message that says as far as shooting someone in the leg, that is the place where the largest artery in the body bifurcates and runs alongside the largest bone in the body, which is held under tremendous pressure by the largest muscles in the body. Even if you were to miss a femoral artery with the bullet, even a glancing blow to the femur could cause razor-sharp bone fragments, along with razor-sharp bullet jacket fragments, to effortlessly shred the femoral artery, causing a very rapid and life-threatening loss of blood. A direct hit to the femur will cause it to shatter and collapse, which could cause death to follow very quickly. An arterial bleed is very hard to treat, and without advanced care, room temperature could be assumed very quickly. For the too lazy, didn't read version of that whole thing, it means if a bullet hits your bone, that bone's gonna go and it's gonna break apart and send little razor-sharp fragments everywhere, and then the bullet's gonna break apart and it's gonna send razor-sharp fragments everywhere, and everything around it goes and you die. Another reason why police don't shoot people in the legs is that legs are very hard to hit when you're under pressure. Legs are very hard to hit anyways. Now imagine if that leg is moving and it's attached to a person, a grown person that wants to kill you. Even professionals who constantly train with pistols would have a hard time making that shot. Police officers are responsible for every single bullet that leaves their gun. That's why they shoot the center mass. Ricochets and overpenetration are deadly. When you shoot someone in the chest, your bullet has the least chance to overpenetrate and ricochet somewhere, possibly hitting someone else. Police use their firearms to stop the threat. That means they shoot until the threat is no longer there. Sometimes it takes 1 or 2 shots, sometimes it takes 6 shots, sometimes it takes more. A good example I like to use for this is Senior Chief Mike Day, who was a Navy SEAL. He was shot 27 times and still killed a few people. Those are the reasons that I could think of off the top of my head. If there are any...
So I wanted to make a video on this for many reasons. One, because I have countless arguments with morons about the same subject who say tons of stupid things. First argument that I normally hear is it's a gun versus a knife, which is probably the dumber of the arguments, along with why don't they just shoot him in the leg, or why do they have to shoot him so many times. So I thought I'd make a video where I have to explain these things, which I never intended to make. Some things I thought were common logic, things that everyone would just understand. You know, when I was very young, I didn't know that people could not see different things. But now that I'm older, I know very well that different people have a very hard time seeing different things and why they're true. Okay, now the image I'm showing on screen right about now is of a chicken fight. Okay, gangs would put knives and strap them to the chicken's talons, and then they would have them fight each other to the death for entertainment. Okay, if one of these chickens can get loose with knives on its feet and kill someone, then imagine how much damage an actual human being with a knife can do. If a chicken can kill someone, like, some arguments I think are just such a joke. And one, yes, it's a knife. I know a lot about what knives can actually do to people, and I don't know why not many other people do. Yes, a knife is made to cut things, and guess what? We are a thing that a knife can cut. So if a psychopath has a knife and he's running at you, guess what? If you have a gun, you're gonna shoot him. Why is that? One, basic human instinct. You don't want to die and never see your family again. Now, the dumbest argument I've heard back when pointing this out is that they should be ready to die. See, they are ready to die. Notice how when we run away from the danger, they go to the danger. Now, that doesn't mean because they are ready to die that they're going to be suicidal and die, you moron. It means that they're ready to protect us and themselves from the danger. The other argument, why did they shoot him so many times? As the operator pointed in the beginning of the video for the clip I used, this Navy SEAL got shot 27 times, lived to tell the tale. I can find many more cases. There's cases of a dude getting shot 43 times and still not going down. He still didn't die. And he was shot 43 times. Another more recent case is this dude was hiding in a bush, grabbed the female officer. The officer shot him 27 times before he went down, and he still managed to stab the female officer during that time. And even after he was down, he still wasn't out. He was still grabbing her leg and trying to stab her. So they had to shoot him again. Because guess what? They shoot till the threat stops. If the threat is still trying to stab you, clearly the threat isn't gone yet. That's another reason why they aim center mass. Why do they shoot him so many times? Because he wasn't down yet. They're not even shooting to kill. They're shooting just till he stops trying to do what he's trying to do. Now, why don't they just shoot him in the leg? Anyone who's ever made that argument ever, 1, knows nothing about physics, especially bullet physics and ballistics. 2, has never shot a gun and knows, has no idea whatsoever how hard that is to actually do. And 3, has no care for any human life. I don't think people realize that when you shoot a leg, the bullet doesn't just stop. This isn't Hollywood. The bullets don't just stop. Okay, it's a bullet. It will go completely through the leg, ricochet off the floor, and kill someone else. And then, don't operator point out, you can still die from getting shot in the leg. However, one example he didn't give, one of my army friends, or his dad anyways, pointed out he's watched someone die from getting shot in the leg. How? They got shot in the leg, the bullet ricocheted off the bone, went straight up and out from the chest and into their head, and they died. Shot in the leg, the bullet ricocheted and went straight up into their head. You can still die, not only from bleeding out and having your arteries explode, but the bullet can still ricochet up and kill you. You can still die. I don't know why people have a really hard time grasping this. You can still die from this. Okay, you can bleed out or it can ricochet. Another stupid argument. It's 2 guns versus 1 knife. They should be able to handle it. Yeah, they did handle it. That's why they had to shoot him. That's what the guns are for, so he doesn't stab you. See, there's the problem. If you don't shoot him and he comes up, guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna stab you. I don't think people realize, anyone who also makes that argument has never had to fight anyone ever, knows literally nothing about how people fight martial arts. Nothing. They just know nothing about self-defense or anything. They don't know what an armed attacker can do to you. People who make these arguments clearly have no idea whatsoever about what they're talking about. And again, my favorite is, why do they have to shoot him so many times? Easy, because he didn't go down the first 24 rounds. And there's I can make a whole compilation of these dumb arguments and give a video right after of the exact same thing that they said not working. Why didn't they just tase him? I've already pointed out, Donut Operators pointed out, I'll leave a link to this too. Tasers don't work. You can shoot someone in the taser, with the taser, and there's so many ways it can go wrong. If both prongs don't connect, if both prongs only hit one side of the body, if a prong gets caught in a loose piece of clothing, if one prong misses, all these things stop a taser from working. It has to be perfect in order for it to work. If it isn't, then guess what? It doesn't work. And boom, you just fired a taser for no reason. It's so frustrating sometimes. And then of course, why do they shoot so many times in the ballistics? Again, depending on what the officer's using, it couldn't even be just a pistol going through. You could have a full rifle round. You could have a 5.56 going straight through a guy and killing someone behind him. Bullets don't just get caught into people like the movies say. A bullet won't just go into you and it's gone now. It'll come out the other end. And then depending upon the bullet, of course, some are made to do more damage and stopping power. Some will unfold while they're inside of you. Some will stay straight and try to go completely through you. There's so many problems with trying to shoot someone's leg. It's like trying to shoot their weapon out of them. Oh, why didn't they just shoot the knife out of his hand? Because it's impossible to actually do that. It is literally impossible. You're not gonna see that happen. The only time I've ever seen a cop shoot a knife out of a guy's hand was because he was sitting and he hadn't moved for 5 minutes, and the officer used a beanbag shotgun. He didn't even shoot the knife. He shot his hand, and the knife fell out because of that while he was in the store. Another time I've seen a cop shoot a gun out of his hand. Guess what? It's because the guy was sitting in his chair with the gun dangling for almost 30 minutes. They had enough time to get a sniper out there for him to line up the shot and shoot the gun out of the guy's hand perfectly. If the guy was to point the gun up, no officer is going to be able to shoot the gun out of his hand. It's because he left his hand there for 30 minutes is the only reason they were able to shoot it out of his hand in time. Like, there's so many problems with these arguments, and people just don't know what they are talking about, and it's so frustrating to have to point all of this out time and time again. Like, no, you don't shoot someone in the leg because it doesn't work. They have to shoot him so many times because he didn't stop the first 3 mags. Tasers, no, they're not going to work every time. Yes, officers are ready to die for you. That doesn't mean they're going to lay down and just die for you. They're going to fight for you. They're going to fight for them. They have families and kids and moms and dads and brothers and sisters too. They can't just die. Like, that's not how it works. Any human is going to sit up and fight back. Like, you don't just take something like that. But that's what I had to say for today. This is TF2 Fan 1 Exact Shots logging off. I might make a video about the election soon. Who knows? Peace out.